Alright, let's not waste any time. Today we're talking about something that's got a ton of hype building around it, the upcoming NEL REO update. And more specifically, we're going to break down all the moves we know so far, including 2 awakening abilities that just got revealed, and what this means for the future of Blue Lock rivals. Because honestly, this update could be the one that pushes the game back toward 100k concurrent players. And yeah, that might sound ambitious, but if you've seen what I've seen, you know it's not impossible. So, let's jump in. First off, a huge thank you for clicking on the video. Whether you're here for NEL REO, NEL Nagi, or just want to stay up to date on all things BLR, I appreciate you being here. And hey, if you haven't already, consider subscribing. I'm sticking to my schedule again starting tomorrow, and I've got some big stuff planned. Okay, let's get into the juicy part, the awakening moves. 2 of them were just revealed by Abu, one of the lead animators, directly in the official BLR Discord. And let me tell you, these moves are looking absolutely fire. Now, at the time of recording this, there isn't an official teaser video just yet. But there are some high-quality screenshots. And honestly, the animation quality is insane. Abu really snapped with these. I've always had a certain image of how I wanted Reo to look in-game, and this is exactly it. Let's talk about the first screenshot. It shows Reo straight up copying Shidou's Dragon Drive. Yeah, you heard that right. Not Big Bang Drive, but Dragon Drive. And what's wild is that it's happening during a chem reaction. That's got my brain spinning. Does this mean Reo can now copy chem reaction moves too? Or is this a sign that Shidou's awakening is getting Dragon Drive added in? And not to get too ahead of myself here, but could this be a subtle teaser that Shidou's rework is coming next? I mean, come on. It would make perfect sense, especially since we just found out NEL Nagi is dropping on July 19th. That leaves next week wide open for a Shidou update. The timing lines up almost too perfectly. Also, the visual detail in that screenshot, the dragon behind Reo? Chef's kiss. It's giving heavy foreshadowing vibes, and I wouldn't be surprised if Abu was sneakily hinting at what's to come. So yeah, maybe Reo's just copying Dragon Drive straight up in Awakening mode, or maybe there's something deeper going on with chemistry moves. Either way, that's move 1. Now let's break down the second Awakening move. Based on everything we've seen and what lines up with the manga, I'm calling it, this is Reo's Chameleon defense. It looks just like the scene from the manga where he pulls it off, and the pose in the screenshot. Dead giveaway. This move feels like it's going to be his core awakening ability, the one unique to him. My guess is, in his awakening, Reo's gonna have 2 core options. Chameleon copy, where he mimics other styles' awakening moves, like Aiku's snake, and then Chameleon defense, which is his signature move. And if that's true, then Chameleon defense might function like a hybrid ability, kind of like how Aiku's snake works in midair. Maybe Reo dashes in with that sleek animation and uses it either to intercept or redirect plays. It's definitely got that polished look to it. I'd love to hear your guesses too. What do you think Chameleon defense will actually do in-game? Let me know in the comments. So that covers the awakening side. But let's talk base moveset, because even though we don't have the full breakdown yet, we can make some pretty solid guesses. First off, this is NEL REO we're talking about. That means he's most likely going to be Mythic tier, which typically comes with 2 move slots instead of 3. And the first move? Come on, it's got to be copy. That's Reo's entire deal, but I do think it's going to be buffed. What kind of buff? I'm thinking it'll allow him to copy world-class moves now, not just lower tier ones. Plus, I'm hoping the randomness gets dialed back. Instead of copying a random move from a style, maybe we'll get to choose which one to mimic. That would add so much control and strategy to his playstyle, and honestly, it just makes sense for a mythic version of Reo. Now for the second base move, like if you've played regular Reo, you know he's got that offensive-defensive mode split. I wouldn't be surprised if they carry that over, but just buff it. Because, let's be honest, it's already a good move, so maybe offensive mode gives more burst of speed or tighter dribbling, and defensive mode enhances more distant slide tackles or interception range. Either way, it feels like a safe bet they'll build his kit around being a versatile midfielder who can adapt on the fly. That's the base kit and awakening side pretty much covered. But we still got to talk more about that first screenshot. Why Dragon Drive? Why not Big Bang Drive? That choice feels deliberate, and honestly it makes me think the devs are planting seeds. Dragon Drive showing up here might mean Shidou's getting a full overhaul, and if that's the case, we're in for a wild couple of weeks. And look, we all know Shidou's due for a rework. He's easily one of the most iconic characters in Blue Lock, and let's be real. His current version in BLR just doesn't hold up anymore. You can feel it when you play him, and you can see it when you scroll through the community tabs and suggestion threads. People have been begging for this update for months now, and it's not just fan noise. He dominated the recent dev poll refresh with a massive amount of support, which means even the devs know something needs to be done. And here's the kicker. His partner in crime, Charles, just crushed it in the style poll. Won by a mile. That's gotta mean something, right? If Charles is coming soon, it would make perfect sense to pair that with a reworked Shidou. That duo is one of the most hyped in the entire Blue Lock universe, and having both drop around the same time would be absolutely massive for the game. So yeah, I'm putting my chips on the table. Shidou rework next week. The signs are all there, and if it happens, it's going to be a turning point for BLR. Imagine a revamped Shidou with a fresh take on Dragon Drive, Big Bang Drive, and maybe even a brand new ability that creates extra synergy with Charles. That's the kind of update that doesn't just make players happy, at least it brings people back to the game. Alright, I've talked a lot, but now it's your turn. What do you think about Reo's awakening moves? Do you think he's going to be able to copy chemistry reactions now? And what are your thoughts on Chameleon defense? Do you think it's going to be a defensive style counter or something more utility based? And come on, that Dragon Drive shot? Do you think it's just for Reo, or is it hinting at a full-on Shidou overhaul? Also, bigger picture. How are you feeling about BLR right now? Are you enjoying the latest updates? We've had some major ones lately. The King rework looked clean, and we've got NEL Nagi just around the corner. For me personally, it feels like BLR is slowly but surely entering a healing phase. The animations are looking sharper, the moves are more creative, and it just feels like the devs are really starting to listen again. And hey, I'd love to hear what you want to see next. More polls, more grindable skins, maybe even a community-suggested style getting added to the game? Let's get a conversation going and drop your thoughts down below. I read every comment and I'm always looking for new ideas to bring up in future videos. If you made it this far, thank you for sticking with me. Your support means the world. Don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you haven't yet. We're pushing toward that next milestone together, and let's keep the momentum going. Take care of yourselves, stay hyped, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.